Hi guys. Sorry for the slight delay in starting. As you can probably notice, judging by the microphone that I have in my hand at the minute, that the clip mic that I normally use has just decided to stop working like just now, which is obviously brilliant. So from now on we'll probably use this mic because I think it's a slightly clearer and we'll put it on a stand. All right. So yeah, good. So I hope everybody's all right. And what we're going to do is we're going to crack straight on tonight, straight into the lesson, and we're going to look at keeping backbeats in your fills, really. So kind of keeping the groove, going, whilst you're playing that fill. Okay, so it's something that I do a lot. Yeah, it really is something that I do quite a lot, and it really helps to keep that flow. Yeah, if you're playing along, you've worked really hard getting a kind of nice groove going, and then all of a sudden you kind of stop that and go into a fill which loses its groove, and then you come back out of it again. People start to get confused. If you think about, people have spent time building up with you. 1, 2, clapping their hands on 2 and 4. Yeah, people have spent a lot of time doing that, and then all of a sudden you've got this 2 and 4 going. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go crash, and they're going, oh, don't know where I am. Yeah, if you can keep that 2 and 4 in the fill, then it makes much more sense that people are going to kind of dance to that, and people are going to be grooving and moving a little bit more with you, purely because you've managed to keep that in your fill. All right, so there may be something in here for some beginner people, there may be some in for some intermediate stuff, and there may be something for the advanced people who really don't know, who really not kind of approached this before. So that's what we really need to have a look at, is kind of keeping the groove going throughout your fills. Now, some of them are going to be very similar to the linear fills that we did last week. Some of it's going to be very similar to the kind of, in the archive, the sissy strut exercise that we did in the archive, that we did, probably a good few months ago now. And some of it's going to be relatively new to you, but it's all pretty simple. Yeah, it's all relatively straightforward and relatively simple. Okay, so don't forget, if you're on and you're new, don't forget to let me know where you're from. It would be nice to get a little bit of feedback. We had loads and loads and loads of people on last week and only a couple of questions. So either I'm sort of answering everything as we go, or you guys are a little bit shy. Okay, so that's what we need to look at doing. I want plenty of questions. The competition from last week's still running, which is the person that's the furthest away who sends in a message and tells me where you're from can get a free Skype lesson, or if you're near me, a free in-person lesson. Okay, so and that's where we're at. I mean, the other things I need to talk about, really, make sure you're all on the Facebook page, and hopefully I'm going to see quite a lot of you on Sunday at the Jebeki Custom Drum Show down in Staffordshire. I'm doing a masterclass down there about 4 o'clock. So I'm hoping to see quite a few of you down there then. If you are there, by all means, please come and say hi. It's great to put a face to a name. All I sometimes see is IP addresses and a flag for which country you're in. So it will be great to get a little bit more information about you and just find out a little bit more where you're from and see if we can work together a bit more. Okay. So let me show you a few ideas in terms of these fills. Okay, so the normal groove that we play is going to have the backbeat generally on 2 and 4. Yeah. If we go away from that, it kind of makes it a little bit difficult in terms of, as I said, you're kind of losing that flow and losing that feel. Yeah. Now the first one that we're going to do is pretty straightforward, really. Yeah. We're just going to play 16th notes. Okay, and it's going to go 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4. So the rhythm's going to be 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4. Okay, 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4. All right, let's try that. Okay, so nice and straightforward, really. Yeah, 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4. Okay, now I'm hoping that with this microphone that we're using now, the handheld one, that it's not going to interfere too much with the drums. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to play that for you now, and let's see how that goes. Okay, so really easy, really easy, okay? And what we're going to do is we're just going to move it round the toms a little bit and then bring the 2 and the 4 back to the snare drum. Okay, same pattern, 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4. Moving it around the drums, bringing the 2 and the 4 back to the snare. All right, let's try that. Okay, so let's try that now. It's nice and simple. Let's try it a little bit quicker so you can get the idea. You'll notice that this is kind of going to start to tie you up in knots because of the way that the hands are crossing over and things. Yeah, but let's stick to this. Let's stick to it in singles to start with, and then we'll see what we can do with it in terms of moving it round. Okay, so you can see that it's becoming increasingly difficult, yeah, because of the way that the sticking pattern is moving. So we're going to have a look at that. Okay, I've just got to say hello to Peter Booth, who is all the way from Blackpool, and he's coming to Stafford. So Peter, I'll see you on Sunday. Make sure you come and say hi, mate. Hopefully you may be the furthest away tonight if there's nobody on from any other countries, or if nobody else lets us know exactly where you're from, so we can maybe sort out a lesson there as well and get that sorted out if you want to. Just let me know, Peter, seeing as you're the first one to come through tonight, if you can actually hear me all right with this. Yeah, normally, I don't know if I think it might be your first time, I'm not sure, but normally we have the clip mic. Obviously stopped working 5 minutes before the lesson tonight, so we're on this one. Just let me know that you can hear me all right, okay, and that everything's all right. It seems all right in the studio, but sometimes when you sort of put it out over the internet, it becomes increasingly difficult to judge whether it's working or not. Okay, so just let me know, Peter, if that's all right, mate, and thank you for getting in touch. All right, so let's move it. Let's see what we can do with it. Let's think about, maybe we could think about a slightly different pattern and change it to paradiddles. Yeah, so right, left, right, left, right, right, left, so that comes back on the snare. Right, left, right, left, right, right, left. I'll say that again to you. right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. Okay, which is going to put both of the backbeats onto your left hand, which is going to make it much, much easier to play. Okay, so right, left, right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left. Play that for you slowly. Okay, so that's a lot easier now, and especially when you start to speed that up, you're going to get a much better flow, a much better flow. Yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you for that, Peter. Everything's good. Everything's good. Nice. Good. Excellent. So we might stick to this because we've had a few people saying before that the audio's been a little bit quiet, so it could well be that mic's been not working for some time. So we may stick to doing it this way. So that's cool. Thank you, Peter. Great. So, so I'll speed that up for you now so you can just have a look and see how much easier that looks. I'll try and throw in the odd one that's not got the paradiddle sticking in it, and then you can see that just how kind of awkward it is. And it's really down to you guys to think about what makes it, what makes this easier? Yeah. What makes it an easier process? Now, I'm going to talk about this a lot on Sunday when I do my my masterclass on Sunday. Okay, but it comes back to if you look in the archive, the what and how lesson. How am I going to approach this so it works the easiest way and the best way, and we get the best results from it? Yeah. Not about what you play. How do I do it? Yeah. How can I make that work easy? How can I get some of my right hand and I need to make it onto my left hand, so how can I do that? All right, I put a paradiddle sticking pattern in there. Yeah, it's just a little bit of logical thought as a drummer does make a massive difference to us. Okay, so let me speed that up for you a little bit. I'll throw the odd one in that's just got the singles in there, so you can kind of see how awkward it is. All right, just let me play that for you. Okay, so a little bit kind of extreme, yeah, but you can kind of see the point there it's much easier now. I've thought about the process of how I'm going to play it, that to put those paradiddles in there and everything starts to come together and everything starts to work. Okay, so yeah, good. Oh, good. All right, let's just take a quick question, Simon. All right, okay, yeah. Yeah, Simon, let me know where you're from as well, mate. Then we can see. At the minute, Peter's getting there with the Blackpool. I wouldn't like to have been in Blackpool yesterday, I have to say. I bet it was pretty horrendous with the winds and the rain. It was bad enough here, so I'm guessing over there it was probably howling and pouring down. But yeah, Simon. Could you use different? So yeah, you can use different subdivisions, which I'm going to come to and give you some ideas of how you can get sort of triplets and 16th note triplets, sextuplets, and things to work by, but still keeping this backbeat in there. Yeah. So there's all sorts of different ones that we can do. So just bear with me, Simon. I will come. I'll get to all that in a minute. Yeah. Okay. So let's just carry on for a second with this. We're going to replace a bass drum now. We're going to replace a hand with a bass drum. Yeah. So we're going to go again to kind of make it a little bit easier. 1 E and So that now becomes a bass drum. 1 E and 2, and 3 E and 4. Okay, do that again for you. So if I do it one hand, it's going to go 1 E and 2, and 3 E and 4. Sorry, wrong way around. 1 E and 2, and 3 E and 4. So it's the sort of and before it. 1 E and 2, and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2, and 3 E and 4. I'll play that for you. Okay, it's quite easy to try and get the hand over. I did that a couple of times there, just kind of put the left hand in there as well. Okay, so let me play that with a little bit of groove, and then I'll speed that up again, and you can see that you're kind of really starting to feel that groove coming through now. You know, it's really starting to feel quite nice. Okay, try that for you. Okay, so there's the kind of basic patterns, the basic ideas, yeah? And then what you can do with it then is really just start to, you know, before we move to the next point, to Simon's question, before you could just start to move it round, yeah? You could almost kind of play, you know, almost like a full entire solo based around the simple pattern of that. 1 E and a 2 and a 3 E and a 4, keeping the backbeats in the right place. Okay, so let's try it. Let's try just mess with it for a minute, and then we'll move on a little bit. So again, that you can kind of play the, you can just play it on the snare and take everything down to grace notes, bring the accents out. Okay, so it's a really nice pattern to kind of mess with, and it's really, really simple, really, really, really simple. Yeah. So yeah, just sort of have fun with it. Yeah, don't try and kill yourself over whether it's right or whether it's wrong. Yeah, if the backbeat's in the right place on 2 and 4, and you've got a nice kind of groove going on and a nice feel, yeah, then that's really all that matters. It's the music that matters. Yeah, it's the music that matters. That's what's the biggest issue with it. Yeah, so that's what we need to really look at. Yeah, so let's just have a see if we've got any more questions. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on a little bit. Yeah, let's move on. Okay, so Simon's question: can you put extra? Can you do different subdivisions? Yeah. Then the answer's yes. Okay, so you could do it. You could put it into triplets. Let me show you some ideas with that. So that's kind of the classic kind of hand and foot for right, left, foot. Yeah. Yeah, whether you're playing that in kind of triplets or in sort of 16th or triple sextuplets. Yeah, okay. So let me just mess with some ideas with it. Yeah. So as long as you're keeping it triple, one and two, one and in sextuplets. Okay. Let's have a little mess with that. Yeah, and see what we can do. Okay, so on that one you've got to be a little bit more careful because it can start to sound as though you're really overplaying things, yeah? As though you're really kind of overplaying things, and obviously that's not the aim of the game. If you keep it subtle and keep it nice, yeah, then you can get that to work. But I'm just throwing some ideas out there for you to go away and look at. Triplets, 16th up triplets, 6 uplets, yeah? You can still keep the backbeat in there pretty much, you know, as much as you really want to do. You can even kind of think about something like a paradiddle diddle, perhaps. Again, this has just come to me now. You know, it's something that I do use, but you know, maybe thinking about keeping the 2 and the 4. So it's going to be quite quick, but let's try it. Okay, so you've got to be really careful doing that one, yeah, that when you come back from here, yeah, it's really difficult to kind of get that working, yeah, really difficult to get that kind of working, yeah. So we just got to make sure that we're, you know, in sort of time with it, in tune with it, and make sure that we can get across. So maybe we need to look at the different sticking pattern for that, okay. But, you know, all of this stuff's possible, yeah. Going back to the sissy strut one that I did, have a look at the lesson. In the archive, the sissy struts, I think it's just the sissy strut pattern. Have a look at that one, because that's one that I use all the time. Yeah, I'm not going to go into any great detail over that, but let's see if I can play it for you, then you can see the sort of benefits of it. Okay, so Simon, let me know if that answered your question, mate. Let's have a look, see what else we've got. Okay, let's have a look. Craig. Again, Craig, don't know where you are, mate. So Peter's still winning at the minute. All right, let's have a look and see the paradiddle. Okay, yeah, the paradiddle diddle one. It kind of does work, but it's very difficult with a sticking pattern, as you could see, that you kind of got to get back across quite quickly and hit the drum. Basically he's asking, is there another way to get that to work? So again, we're going to work this out. Let's work it out on the fly and see what we can do, yeah? Let me just play with it and then I'll come back to you. Okay, I'll play that for you slowly. That's about the way that I would think you could get it, yeah? You could try and put the feet into it, but let me try both. Okay, if you take, thanks for that, Craig. If you take the last double left hand, so right, left, right, right, left, left, and replace that with a foot, then you can play it. So then it sounds like this. There's only certain times you're going to be able to play that though, Craig. Yeah, it's a little bit, it's kind of a little bit OTT for my liking. Although it's possible, yeah. With a little bit of work, it's possible that you could get that to work. Okay, so there's quite a few ideas there. In terms of just the singles, 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4, changing that into a paradiddle sticking. So you get the left hand back on the snare, which makes it work. And then looking at adding the foot, 1E and a 2 and a 3E and a 4, yeah, which makes it, keeps that groove going really nicely. Triplets. Triplet, triplet. Yeah, really getting. Yeah. I'll play that right in a minute. So there's all sorts of different ways you can play it into the 6 tuplets. Okay, so and then through the paradiddles, the sissy strut thing. There's all sorts. There's a million different things you can come up with. It's just a case of really planting a seed and thinking about could you potentially keep the backbeat in. Not in all your fills, you don't need to keep it in all your fills, but could you keep it in some of your fills so that they have that flow, that the groove that you've worked so hard to get with your groove. Yeah, your groove's really solid now. Is it possible you can keep that sort of going through your fills and even through some solo sections? Yeah, if you can kind of play a groove-based solo, then again it's going to fit nicely rather than going off on a massive tangent and kind of losing where you are and losing the whole song. It's kind of nice sometimes just to keep the groove going, but maybe by playing what you normally play on the hats around the kit, around the toms. So there's a lot for you to look at. There's a lot for you to work on. Thank you for all your questions. And Peter, send me an email either directly from where you've sent it from already. Or directly through the site, and we'll sort out a lesson, whether that's in person if you want to travel over, or whether you want to do a Skype or something, or whether you just want to have a quick chat, a chat on the phone about your playing, mate. That's fine. You're the furthest away today, being in Blackpool. I think there's some people in different countries from what I can actually see, but they're obviously not coming forward. So the only person that's come forward and given me a location is Peter. So Peter, drop me an email and we'll sort something out. Maybe we'll have a chat on Sunday if we get a chance and see what we can come up with, get a plan together and see if we can help you out in any way. So well done for that, mate. And I think that's about it, guys, for tonight. Yeah, let's just concentrate on it, especially the first one, the really simple singles and then paradiddles. Yeah, the rest of it is all really kind of over the top playing. Yeah, the 6 tuplet one works great. The triplet one's more difficult. The paradiddle one, yes, it will work, but again, I'm not sure entirely when you're going to use that. So just keep going. Just keep going. If you get any good results, send me a link to them of your video of you playing them. We'll put them up in the archive, so the members can see it. Keep spreading the word for me, guys. And I will see you all. If I don't see you Sunday in person, I will see you all. Probably in 2 weeks' time. Next week's the bank holiday, so there'll be no lesson then. So it'll be 2 weeks' time when I think we're having a look at basic double bass drum stuff, which is not about. It's not going to be a foot technique exercise. It's going to be an idea of giving you some basic things to start working on to increase your speed and the sort of utilisation of double pedals. Okay. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Peter, drop me an email, and I will see you all very soon. All right. Cheers. Bye bye.